Good morning, everyone. We are continuing over here in the words of the Horowitz, NIDCHEI YISRAEL. My apologies for the long hiatus. I was Baruch Hashem in Eretz Yisrael for the last 10 days. And Bli Ayin Hara, busy doing many wonderful chashuva things, and unfortunately the daily learning was difficult to get to every day. But in Eretz Hashem, we're back in the saddle, as they say, and let's continue weiter, let's continue forward in the words of the Horowitz. We mentioned the last time that we learned together that what a terrible thing it will be for a person to deny himself the opportunities to do mitzvahs. Because every mitzvah that a person skips out on, and every day that he turns away from, and every opportunity that he denies himself, he loses the natural connection that his neshama has to want and desire Torah and mitzvahs. And then he finds himself totally empty, bereft of a cheshik, of a passion, of an enthusiasm, of a desire to connect to mitzvahs. And little by little, but rather rapidly, it sometimes happens that a person drifts off completely from wanting to be a shomer Torah mitzvah, someone that is keeping the mitzvahs in the right way. And therefore, says the Horowitz, do not desist and do not deny yourself and do not break away from the regular routine that a Jew has in mitzvahs, daily mitzvahs, shacharis, mincha, marev, learning Torah, putting on tefillin, eating kosher food, saying brachas, Shabbos, Yom Tov, so on and so forth, chesed, tzedakah, all of the daily mitzvahs that a person has the opportunity, they should do them with all their heart, because that keeps us connected and keeps the natural desires of the neshama flowing strong to keep us one with the Rabbi Shalom and his Torah. And therefore, if you're able to come to a place where there is a minyan and you can daven together b'tzibur with the congregation, especially on Shabbos Kodesh, this is a great mitzvah to do so. That if you are in one of these far-flung corners of the world where there's not so much Yiddishkeit that is going on, but there is a minyan that is formed, and you have the ability to go and daven with that minyan, especially on Shabbos and Yom Tov, it is a great mitzvah that you are doing. Ki milvad sheyesh le mitzvah shel baruch hu kiddusho kriyas haTorah v'niyas amen yesh me'rabo tfilas b'tzibur. Besides the fact that you get the mitzvah of saying baruch hu, or you answer, there's Kedusha in the Shmoneh Esrei, and there's the laning of the Torah, and you get to answer Amen Yesh Me'Rabba when it comes to Kaddish, Utzfila B'tzibur, and you get the mitzvah of davening together with the minyan. Besides all of that, Shekol Zeh Nikra Davar Shebekadusha, all this is called a holy convocation. That's what it means when Hashem says, I am sanctified amongst Klal Yisrael, Kedisa B'Svarim. When the Jewish people get together in a minyan and they daven and they say, Amen, Yishmei Rabbah, and they say Baruch Hu, and Kiddush and so on and so forth, Hashem's name is sanctified amongst us. Besides all of that, He also strengthens the koiches nafsho, the strength that is in his neshama. Because then he becomes merugal, becomes accustomed to serving the Rabbi Shalom in all of the ways that he possibly can. And then as time goes on, davening won't become a burden on him, God forbid. Getting together with a minyan won't be burdensome, chas v'chalila. It will become something he looks forward to, he desires, he wants. Davening, he wants the minyan, he wants Kriyas HaTorah, he wants to be together as one. That's what he wants, because that's the natural state of the neshama. And anytime that a person pushes themselves to be part of that minyan, to go to the shul, to leave the house, to put on a tefillin with other people around, they're being machazik, the spiritual muscles that they have inside of the neshama to want more. V'loi ukisheba lebeis hamidrash, and when a person comes to the beis hamidrash, ubefrat b'Shabbos beis Kriyas HaTorah, especially if he comes on Shabbos when they're reading the Torah, ma mi'oid tzarich litein kavod l'Torah Hashem, how much honor they must give to the Torah of Hashem, v'lishmoya ma shekara shliach tzibur, listen carefully what the shliach tzibur, what he's reading, listen to the words of the parsha. But unfortunately, because of our many sins, there are people that come to shul Hard to believe what he's about to say, but there are such people that come to Shul. Maybe this was only in the days of the Chavetz Chaim. I don't know if it exists anymore. Ubefrat beis kriyas Torah, and especially during the time of the reading of the Torah, misaprim b'divrei haylelus. They speak foolish things, and they're schmoozing with their neighbor. Ve'einam noisdim klal libam lishmai kriyas Torah. They don't even pay attention to the words of the Torah that are being written. Chas v'chalila. This must have been in the days of the Chavetz Chaim. I can't imagine that in any shul anywhere in the world, especially not in America, chas v'shalom, would you ever have people that are talking during Kriyas HaTorah, people that are talking shtusim v'avolim about politics and about sports and about business and making money in the last movie that they saw. Chas v'chalila, you would never hear such a thing. People talking during Kriyas HaTorah, how could they do such a thing? Says the Chavetz Chaim, as a shanda, what a terrible thing that a person is doing when he engages in idle conversation and foolish words and speech during the time of Kriyas HaTorah. It's the Devar Hashem, the word of the Ribbono Shel Olam is being read aloud in Shul. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is being madrich, he's directing us and teaching us what it means to be a Yid and how to overcome our struggles and be better and raise ourselves up in Ruchnius and Avodas Hashem. And you're busy talking about who won the Final Four. You're busy talking about the latest movie that you and your wife just went to see the other night and how funny it was and how great it was, and the newest restaurant with the biggest steakhouse, and oh yeah, it wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be. Is that what you're talking about? In the middle of Kriyas HaTorah, besides the fact that you're staring, you're bothering other people that are in Shul, trying to listen, besides that the Baal Korah keeps hearing your voice, whispering in the background, and he loses his concentration, and he makes mistakes, besides all of that, which is a terrible thing. What a disgrace to the Torah. You came to the Shul and you're disgracing the Torah? Says the Chavetz Chaim, chas v'chalila, a person should not do such things. We have more to see in these beautiful, insightful, elevating words of the Chavetz Chaim, how he's going to turn us into Ovdei Hashem, so that we will appreciate every moment that we have in this world to do the mitzvahs of the Ribbono Shel Olam. All the best.